they're actually more exposed to the virus than the approach that you said about epidemiological approach. That what struck me because that made the other countries successful. Instead of catching those who are backriding and not wearing masks, they were more prone. They were more looking at statistics, right? Where's the clusters? Where are the clusters of the disease? Where are they contained? And then and I doubt if we're doing that more than disciplining. That's why I'm a little bit scared that this will not be effective in the long run. Would the epidemiologic approach, which the other ASEAN countries are doing and observing, are not being done here, right? Or if it is, it's poorly done. I agree with that totally. That's why it scares me to think that we might be scratching the surface and did not hit the nail on its head. Would it be because of our technological inadequacy or and fiscal logistics? You know, we cannot afford it. You agree? I'm more fearful.
Yeah, yeah. It's a big issue. Debt is a big issue now in the people, right? Yeah. So I'm not a political economist, so I do not know much about it. But I like to go back to the topic of discipline. In today's presentation, I pose a kind of question because according to the program discourses in the Philippines, many people believe discipline is the best measure against COVID-19. But I put it as a danger. This overemphasis of individual discipline may downgrade more scientific approach. Now who leads this quarantine? They are retired generals in the government. So this military approach can be not appropriate for some. There's something point there. They're very good at imposing control, but they are not scientists. They are not medical doctors.
So we
So
not have been hurt.
yeah, so that can be a problem, I think, for Filipinos.
And we may be really moving logistics to the wrong solution.
I do not disagree. Discipline is important. I think discipline is important to guide your behaviors. But discipline to punish others can be wrong.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a question. And please, I request Ms. Vera to read the question sent through our private message
There's a question on Facebook.
from Dr. Rose Maxino Basilares, the chair of the English Department of the College of Arts and Sciences. He says, sorry, of BACOM. Given the rising number of COVID-19 cases in the country, do you think the government's way of dealing with the pandemic is effective?
Today I discussed it seems to be ineffective. I explored why. So on the one hand, we have one of the most stringent, this longest lockdown. We have failed to curb the cases. So it really shows it's ineffective. Particularly, it's a very important question. The government now blames Pasaway for violators. But I believe the biggest problem is handling repatriate OFWs and how to conduct testing, quarantine, transportation of stranded people. That's more important issue than punishing minor violators, like arresting, backlighting people. That's more important. We should concentrate our resources to handle these repatriating people and OFWs and ASIs. That's my point.
There's another one from the same, still from Rose Basilares. Dr. Wataru, among the government's penalties for Pasaway is putting the errant Pinoys in jail. Don't you think this is a bit harsh for poor Filipinos?
So she wants, so she wants punishment to Pasaway. to lung alliance? Or-
No, she's asking if putting the Alan Pinoys in jail is a bit harsh for poor Filipinos.
Oh, yeah. I think so. It's so harsh, and also, as I said, it's nonsense because the jail is prison is congested. You can be more easily infected. So,
Okay, so we have two more questions before we end our question and answer. Would like to ask the question? Yes, sir. Carl.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Calvert from the College of Health Sciences. So, yeah, before I was considering that discipline is the best way of controlling this pandemic, but after doing the research, also that I'm in the health sector, I believe that epidemiology is very important in the control. Would you think that it's still not too late if we will have a method of controlling the virus, combining discipline with epidemiology or science, starting today?
I hope so. So people like you, scientists, health experts should be the quarantine, not be the
Thank you.
One more question. Whoever wants to ask the last question. One more. By the way, Dr. Wataru is a Japanese, but he's a Filipino by heart. So if you have observed, he knows how to speak Tagalog. And then Bisaya also. So you can never backbite him.
Wala ako kaistorya kasi nasa palagi ako nasa bahay. Wala ako, hindi ako nagbansay-bansay ng Bisaya.
Bansay-bansay is a very dramatic word.
Walay tumaan. Walay bansay sa tumaan.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Wataru, for your time. So at this point, we would like to award the certificate of appreciation to our researcher, Dr. Wataru. May request our university president, Father Joel F. Lero, SPD, to give the presentation and to give the certificate. May I read the citation, Holy Name University Center for Research and Publications and the Social Sciences Department present the certificate of appreciation to Dr. Wataru Kosaka for imparting his time and for presenting his research entitled Duterte's Disciplinary Quarantine, How a Moral Dichotomy Was Constructed and Undermined during the BUS Session 2 conducted on August 1, 2020 at the Bangkali Mall, Holy Name University, Tagbilaran City. Given this first day of August 2020 at the Bangkali Mall, Holy Name University. Signed, Father Ruel F. Lero, SPD, University President. So thank you very much, Dr. Wataru. Come back again after the pandemic. So to officially close our activity, may you, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Brother Carnilos Ulilan, SVP.
Good morning. So, on behalf of Father President there and the whole Holy Name University family, I would like to thank you, Dr. Wataru Kosaka, for first of all this very wonderful sharing of your personal experience and reflection based on, of course, the theories that you have presented. So, from our okay. From us, thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. And then, of course, as we all know, Dr. Kosaka is our visiting fellow. He came last year, September, and we were very happy, but of course, God has His own reason. So we have started our research activities with Dr. Boloron is here, about the LGBT communities in Bohol. And as I've said, the pandemic came and then interrupted by that pandemic. But I'm very sure that Wataru will be joining us again when the pandemic will be over. So, Professor Wataru, you're always welcome to the HNU family. And of course, from my personality, siya pa, sa ako ang kagalingong kasing-kasing, kasi nung kokoro kara, thank you very much again. Dahil may salamat, President Tan, because he was my PhD supervisor, one of my PhD supervisors, and he helped me a lot sa akong dissertation. And then I remember si Wataru, kasi kung mag-depress na pag-uwi kayo, wala ko sa campus, then he approached me and said, Niloy, don't worry because I had to finish my PhD for some years. So, so I was studying for 4.5 years now. Ako 1% of all defense. But I think I really thank Professor Osaka for me. And again, thank you very much, Professor Wataru. He will be going back to Japan this coming August 4. And all the best. And bye-bye and God bless you. And yeah, and take care. God bless you. And you're always welcome to join us again when things are getting better. Thank you very much. And also, thank you very much guys sa mga viewers sa Facebook and YouTube. And we are very sorry also kanina mga interruptions sa talks, but we will improve this one and hopefully by the next coming talks online, we will have it more good na sa YouTube or sa Facebook. So thank you very much. Continue.
Okay, so we have a group picture. So can we ask our guests to come? Social distancing. I like this.
Kenapa kami dekat? Adik-adik ya? Dia masih dekat. Sama. One, two. Udah. So, maaf. Tunggu nih, gua nggak capture record. Start. Nah, record na lang. Sige. 1, 2, 3.
So, snacks available outside. Itadakimasu.
Ako may punsa ni?
Daghang salamat sa imong tanan ha. Nawalis muli ko sa Japan sa Martes. Fantastic kami sa I'm so much frustrated by the COVID. So actually, I have so many unfinished projects for board, which is not bad because I have to come back here again. Nabiling ko ba ang daghang trabaho na may proyekto na hindi na ipapanayt pa, no? So I promise I come back here, so I'm looking forward to seeing you again. I like the